Every year in the UPSC prelims examination, you will have at least 3 questions coming from government schemes, and these are very easy questions. And if you prepare properly, you can easily secure 4 to 6 marks from this section. But unfortunate fact is 99% of the aspirant, they miss schemes question inside the exam hall. And the reason for this is there are too many schemes, and when aspirants start preparing government schemes, they get drowned in them. So what I have done is that as per the PYQ analysis and last 1.5 year of current affairs analysis, I have selected 10 most important schemes where you can expect question in the prelims examination. Guys, at the end of this lecture, you will ensure at least 2 to 4 marks for your prelims 2026. Let us start. Before we start reading schemes which are important for 2026 prelims examination, we have to first understand what is the pattern of questions coming from schemes in UPSC prelims examination in the recent years. You can see in front of you, most of the questions are focusing on social sector, and in social sector also focusing on women and child. This is very important theme. You can see most of the schemes, they are focusing on women. Okay, you can go and you can check. And also guys, from the economic angle also, if you see, most of the schemes which are coming are focusing on employment and labor. Okay, this is very easy to see, okay, in front of you. And what are the dimensions you need to prepare? So you can see whenever they're asking social sector schemes, they're asking what is the aim of the scheme and what is the implementing agency. Okay, so agency and aim of the scheme. And whenever they are giving questions regarding like social security of labor and all that, they're asking eligibility criteria also. Okay, beneficiaries, who are eligible beneficiaries. These are the 2 or 3 aspects you need to focus while preparing government schemes. So now let us try to cover all the government schemes which are important for 2026 prelims examination. Here I have selected only very important schemes. Okay, so let us start. So very first scheme is from employment. You know guys, employment is one theme which is the most important theme and one of the biggest challenge before the Indian economy. So guys, this scheme, which is the Pradhan Mantri Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana, which was earlier called employment linked incentive scheme, this is a very important scheme. You can expect question on that because employment is a very important theme and job creation is a big challenge. So first of all, implementing agency is Ministry of Labor and Employment. Okay, executed through Employees Provident Fund Organization. This is one thing you need to focus first. As I told you, they are focusing on which are the implementing ministry and agencies. So implementing ministry is Ministry of Labor and Employment and Employee Provident Fund Organization. The duration is for 2 years, 1st August 2025 to 31st July 2027, 2 years. Guys, the focus is to create new jobs. Okay, so this basically scheme is having two parts, part A and part B. Part A basically incentivizes first time employees. So people who are getting job for the first time, they are incentivized by giving them 1 month basic plus dearness allowance, 1 month salary. Okay, they will be getting 1 month salary, but the maximum benefit will be 15,000 rupees only, and this also will be given in 2 installments. You can see 50% installment first after the 6 months and later after the 12 months, provided they complete a financial literacy module. Okay, so the idea is basically to incentivize workers who are getting first time job. Okay, here the condition is their salary should be less than 1 lakh rupee per month. Okay, this is very important. Next guys, you can see here part B incentive is even the employers, people who are giving employment, they will be incentivized. Okay, so you can see that if they are giving new jobs, if the salary of the worker is up to 10,000 rupees, they will be given 1,000 per month. If the salary is 10,000 to 20,000, they will be given 2,000. And if the salary is around 20,000 to 1 lakh, they will be given, you can see here, 3,000 monthly incentives for the employee. Okay, employers. Okay, so people who are giving employment, okay, they will be incentivized. Okay, so this is a very important topic which you should definitely prepare. Okay, you can see firms which have less than 50 employees must hire at least two additional workers. Firms which have less than 50 or more than 50 or employees, they should at least hire five workers, then only they will be eligible for this incentives. So please prepare this. Okay, a lot of facts are there. Sometimes UPSC is giving a lot of facts. You can see this question, they have given a lot of facts also, sometimes who will be eligible and all that. So you can see 3000 like this money they will ask. So here you can see here, okay, what is the money you are getting? 15,000 as a employee, and employer you can see maximum 3000, okay, per month. Next, guys, again an economy oriented scheme is export promotion scheme. Again, implementing agency and ministry is Ministry of Commerce. You can see Department of Commerce, Ministry of MSME, Ministry of Finance, and export councils and commodity boards. All these are involved in this mission. And the implementing agency is Director General for Foreign Trade. Okay, Directorate General for Foreign Trade. This is the implementing agency. This is basically to promote, okay, exports, particularly focusing on MSMEs. Okay, so you can see this scheme has two parts. One is Niryat Disha, other is Niryat Protsahan. In Niryat Protsahan you will get some credit assistance, and in Niryat Disha you will get basically assistance for logistics, compliance, okay, all those kinds of things which are non-financial incentives. Okay, so these two things please prepare. This is very very important scheme you will get. Okay, here the focus is on market access, and here the focus is on financial incentives. You can see here credit assistance is given, export opportunities, lot of interest subvention. Okay, so exact details of it please go through my Optima cards. You can get all these Optima cards, call this number. Okay, this is my team number. You can get all these Optima cards. These are only on important topics. Okay, next scheme which is very important is biogas related scheme. Guys, you know, because of this Iran war, country is facing energy crisis, and here the focus is shifting to bioenergy. Guys, there are three schemes related to bioenergy. One is the National Bioenergy Program, which was launched by Ministry of New Renewable Energy in 2022 to promote bioenergy and reduce stubble burning and boost rural income. This scheme has three parts. You can see this one is waste to energy, other is biomass program, and third is biogas program. Okay, biogas program is for the rural areas, biomass program is for the industry, and waste to energy is for the wastes. Okay, agriculture waste and urban waste. Okay, okay, so waste to energy you can prepare as a science topic also, guys. What are the various techniques used for waste to energy? You should prepare this theme also, very important. Next is the Gobardhan scheme. It is launched by Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. The idea of this scheme is basically to, okay, have a clean rural environment and basically developing biogas from bio waste. You know, guys, in rural area animal waste is very common. Okay, so using all that and making into a biogas, okay, through a biogas plant. So bio uh, gas is again a very important thing. Bio, okay, this is basically Gobardhan scheme, Ministry of Drinking Water. So many people will be confused. Okay, this is part of Ministry of Drinking Water. Okay, remember this, and sanitation. Okay, this is also part of the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. Next is the Satat scheme. Satat scheme is launched by Ministry of Petroleum. It is implemented by oil marketing companies. Okay, so there basically the focus is on compressed biogas for transport facilities. Next is PMG1. PMG1 is launched by Ministry of Petroleum. Here the focus is on biofuel plants. You can see here biofuel plant incentives is given for biofuel plants. You know, guys, government of India is focusing on blending of petrol and diesel with biofuels, but here we have to incentivize production of biofuels. Okay, so this is again a very important scheme. Next is Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. You know, guys, because of the crisis of Iran, there was some LPG crisis even in India. And in this context, this scheme is completing 10 years. This is implemented by Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Here we are giving, okay, clean cooking fuel to Indian women. Okay, so the target beneficiaries are adult women from poor household. Okay, and who will determine who is poor? You can see here there is, okay, census, there is a census also. Okay, socio-economic census, then Antodaya Yojana families, forest dwellers, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, households. Okay, financial assistance is, you can see 1600 per connection, which basically covers cylinder cost. Okay, then pressure regulator, then hose pipe, then installation charges. Additional benefits they have added, which is free first refill. First refill of the cylinder will be free, and subsidy for other refills also. Okay, some for eligible beneficiaries. Okay, so this is first refill is free with stove. Stove also you are getting free. Okay, so this is very important. You can expect a question on that. Who is eligible? Women are eligible. Okay, what are is every woman eligible under PM Ujjwala? Okay, what kind of assistance you are getting? This is very important details I have given in this card. These are factual. See, again, I am telling you in schemes question. Okay, there is nothing you have to understand. You have to memorize it. So you can only memorize when you have some limited number of schemes. And these flashcards will help you because there are only 10 to 12 schemes which are very important for this year. And I'm giving you the logic also why I feel this scheme is very important. Okay. Next is very important scheme, guys. Two schemes related to each other. One is the National Research Foundation. Other is the RDI scheme. Guys, you know, government is focusing on research and development. We cannot become a developed country without investing research and development. But at the present, the challenge is we are only investing 0.7% of our GDP on research and development. So we need to invest more on research and development. In order to incentivize more private investment in research and development, Government of India in recent years have taken two initiatives. First is to build a institutional structure for research and development. Okay, so this Anushandhan National Research Foundation has been established under a law passed by Parliament, Anushandhan National Research Foundation Act. Anushandhan National Research Foundation basically aims to seed, grow, and promote research and development and foster a culture of research and development in agriculture and in Indian universities, colleges, institutions, and R&D laboratories. Okay, one of the most important aspect of this foundation is that it is headed by none other than Prime Minister of the country. So anything which is headed by the Prime Minister, it becomes very, very important. Okay, it becomes very, very important. So the idea is basically to incentivize research and development. So here they can ask you, okay, it is headed by whom? It is headed by whom? It is headed by the Prime Minister. It is headed by the Prime Minister. You can see the focus is on R&D. Okay, incentivizing R&D. That is the focus of this program. Related to this, guys, you can see Government of India has also passed one scheme which is 1 lakh crore. So the fact 1 lakh crore is very important. This is called RDI scheme, which is aimed at incentivizing private sector participation in basic research and development. Okay, so you know, as I told you that India is investing very less in research and development, 0.7% of the GDP, and this also, guys, 70% is coming from government institutes, only 30% is coming from private. So we have to increase private participation in research and development financing. So this scheme basically helps for that. Under this scheme, guys, 1 lakh crore incentive has been provided. There is two tiered funding framework, okay, which is first through, you can see, ANRF, within the ANRF. That is why first we have to read ANRF, then only you have to read this scheme. Okay, so the foundation is the okay, Anushandhan National Research Foundation. Okay, that acts as a custodian of this fund, 1 lakh crore. And second level is basically fund managers, which will receive fund from this, and they will give it to, okay, various research bodies and various private sectors as a concessional loans. Okay, okay, about low or very like zero interest loans. Okay, something like that. Okay, so please prepare. This is a very, very important. As I told you, the governing board of ANRF is headed by the Prime Minister of India, which is really very, very important. The ministry is Department of Science and Technology. Okay, next important scheme, which is really very important, I am telling you guys, every year women and child related one scheme comes, and this year this will ask ICDS scheme. Guys, you can see these flashcards I have made on ICDS scheme. It is completing 50 years. ICDS scheme was started by Indira Gandhi in the year 1975. It is one of the most important social sector intervention in the last 70 years. Again, I repeat, It is the most important social sector intervention by government of India in the last 50 years or 60 years. Okay, this is the largest. Okay, this is the largest kind of nutritional program. Okay, in the world. Okay, one of the largest, which is targeting childrens. Okay, and women, pregnant women and lactating women. So it is a centrally sponsored scheme, Ministry of Child and Women. You can see the target beneficiaries, children up to the age of 6, pregnant women, lactating women, and adolescent women also. The services offered is supplementary nutrition, preschool, non-formal education, nutrition and health education, immunization, health checkup, and referral services. These are the services offered by ICDS, and this is offered through Anganwadi. So Anganwadi is also one scheme which you should definitely look. Please prepare the related schemes like Anganwadi, what kind of services are offered, Poshan Abhiyan, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, scheme for adolescent girl, National Creche scheme. Okay, all this is very related to this ICDS, very, very important scheme. Okay. Next is again from economy, guys. The focus is on critical minerals. That China has banned export of critical minerals, and critical minerals are very essential in today's digital economy. Okay, so we are in a electronics world, and all the electronic equipments, the mobile phones which you are using to watch this video, the computers, everything works on critical minerals. And the problem is critical minerals is concentrated in only few countries, and the processing of the critical minerals is monopolized by China. Okay, so in order to basically overcome this supply chain constraint, government of India has come up with national critical mineral mission, which is by Ministry of Mines. Okay, so Ministry of Mines is the ministry here. The goal of this mission is what? The goal of this mission is to secure, okay, to secure critical minerals. Okay, you can see here Ministry of Mines aims to build a strong ecosystem for exploration, mining, processing, and recycling of critical minerals. Guys, you know that India does not have much critical minerals. India has critical minerals in some of the regions. For example, Riyasi district, we have lithium. Like this, we have some critical minerals, but we do not have large quantities of critical minerals. We are dependent on import. Therefore, guys, this mission focuses not only on exploration but also on securing access to critical minerals throughout the world. India has already signed MOUs with Latin American countries and Australia for securing this supply chain. So this mission has various components. For example, you can see domestic production, acquisition of mineral assets abroad, recycling, then development of trade and markets, scientific research, human resource, and funding. Okay. Next important scheme is Biopharma Shakti. Again, a very, very important. It is related to science and tech. Guys, this year, this question will definitely come, guys. Very, very high chances. And related to, there is one or more scheme which was there in last year. Okay. Bio E3 policy. Bio E3 policy, which focuses on bio manufacturing. Okay, so that card I have given in my test series batch. I have not brought here because this was last year's scheme. But even this bio E3 policy can be asked, bio manufacturing can be asked, bio foundries can be asked. Okay, so this bio pharma shakti is related to this, guys. It is related to this policy, bio E3 policy and bio manufacturing. So here the focus is on biologics and biosimilars. Government of India wants to become a hub of biologics and biosimilars. What are biologics? Biologics are large complex drugs which are produced using living cells. Okay. For the example, monoclonal antibodies, insulin, etc., etc. Okay. And biosimilars are kind of generic version of biologics. Okay. So this too is very, very important. Again, guys, I'm telling you, this is a very, very important theme. Bio E3 policy, bio manufacturing, biologics. Okay, biosimilars, biopharma Shakti is a very important scheme. Please do prepare. If you want these cards, again, I'm telling you, you can call this number. Okay. Next, again, guys, okay, social sector schemes focusing on tribals. Guys, this year we have 150th birth anniversary of Bhagwan Birsa Munda, a tribal leader from Chotanagpur Plateau. Guys, this is one of the most important social sector topic, guys. The scheme name is Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan. It is aiming at holistic development of tribal communities and villages by saturating them with social and economic infrastructure. Ministry of Tribal Affairs is the implementing agency here. 17 line ministries will collaborate for 25 intervention. It builds on PM Janman success. PM Janman was one. PVTG. Okay, it was on PVTG. Okay, so various sustainable development goals will be achieved. You can see SDG 9, SDG 4, SDG 8, SDG 3. So have a look at this. This scheme is also very, very important. Guys, I would like to ask any one of you, okay, recently Government of India has set up FRA cells. Can you tell me this is under which scheme? In the comment box, let me see how many of you are able to answer this. Okay, next is guys VBG Gram Act. This I have already prepared one video on this. This is a very important, guys. You know, Government of India has reformed Manrega and replaced Manrega Act with VBG Gram Act. Okay, so VBG Gram basically stands for Vikshit Bharat Guaranteed for Rojgar and Ajivika Mission. This the major change is from 100 days of guaranteed work for every rural household 125 days. Okay, they have increased from 100 to 125 days, and the funding pattern has changed to 60-40. Now the center will give 60 and 40 will come from the states, and there will be 60 days of suspension of work throughout the year during the peak agriculture season. Okay, the focus of this work in the rural areas will be on water related work, livelihood related work, core rural infrastructure, and extreme weather events work. Okay, these are the four core areas. Please do prepare. This is very, very important. Guys, you know, under Manrega, 15 days payment means you have to pay within 15 days, otherwise, you will get unemployment allowance. So, this is also a very important scheme you can expect in the prelims examination. Next is the relief scheme, which is the recent one. Guys, this is Iran war, and anything related to Iran war can come in this year's prelims examination. One will be economic impact of Iran war, which we have covered in the economic cards, but here we are discussing on what are the steps government has taken to overcome the challenge from the Iran war. One of the scheme is called relief scheme. Relief scheme has recently been launched to basically help the exporters. Okay, so resilience and logistics intervention for export facilitation. This scheme is basically implemented by Export Credit Guarantee Corporation. You know, guys, this Export Credit Guarantee Corporation and the Ministry of Commerce, and you know that this Middle East, okay, Saudi Arabia, UAE, these are one of our largest trading partner. The GCC countries are our largest trading partner, and because of this war, our exports to these countries have got impacted. And guys, the insurance cost, everything has increased. So this will really, okay, become a very big challenge for the Indian economy. And to overcome this Indian economic challenge and to help the MSMEs, government has come out. You can see here that exporters destined to West Asian countries like UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, Iran, Israel, Yemen, all these exporters will be benefited. You can see under this various like retrospective protection, okay, prospective confidence building and direct MSME relief, okay, partial reimbursement mechanism, some kind of financial incentives have been given. Go through this. Again, I have told you this is an important, export is an important theme. Export promotion mission, I have told you just now, we have discussed, and this relief scheme is also very important. Here I would like to ask you, recently government has created one fund, one emergency fund, okay, for overcoming the challenges, economic challenges because of this Iran war. Can you name what is the name of the fund in the comment box? Let me see how many of you are able to answer. With this, guys, I would like to conclude this session. Guys, if you want my guidance, if you want these flashcard, if you want important questions, you can connect with me. This is my number. Please do consider giving a like to this video and share this video with all your friends who are preparing for 2026 prelims examination. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.